Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into a revolutionary change in agriculture, vertical farming. In the next 10 minutes, we'll explore what vertical farming is, how it differs from traditional farming, its benefits and challenges, and why it's gaining popularity across the globe. Let's start by defining vertical farming. Vertical farming is an innovative agricultural method where crops are grown in stacked layers. Unlike traditional horizontal farming, which spreads crops across large fields, vertical farming takes place in a controlled environment, often inside buildings or specially designed structures. This method utilizes advanced technologies like hydroponics, aeroponics, and artificial lighting, all of which work together to create optimal growing conditions year-round. The concept of vertical farming isn't entirely new. It has its roots in ancient practices where people used tiered gardens and rooftop farms. However, modern vertical farming has evolved into a high-tech system that integrates robotics, climate control, and data analytics. These innovations allow farmers to monitor every aspect of the growth process, from water usage to nutrient delivery, ensuring that each plant reaches its maximum potential. In essence, vertical farming is a fusion of agriculture and technology, redefining how we produce food. One of the most significant benefits of vertical farming is the ability to produce food in urban areas. As cities grow, farmland decreases, making it difficult to meet the increasing demand for fresh produce. Vertical farms can be built in urban settings, close to consumers, which significantly reduces transportation costs and minimizes the environmental footprint. This proximity means fresher produce on your table and less reliance on long supply chains that often contribute to food waste and spoilage. Another advantage is the remarkable efficiency in resource usage. In traditional farming, a vast amount of water and land is required. Vertical farming, on the other hand, uses up to 70% less water. The recirculating systems in these farms capture and reuse water, which is crucial in areas facing water scarcity. Additionally, because vertical farms are indoors and shielded from the weather, they require less land and are not subject to the unpredictable challenges of climate change. With controlled environments, crops are protected from pests and diseases, reducing the need for pesticides and herbicides. This results in healthier food that is free from chemical residues. Let's also talk about productivity. Vertical farming maximizes space by growing crops in layers. This means that a single square meter of space can produce many times more food than traditional farming methods. The controlled environment allows for multiple harvests in a year, sometimes as many as 365, depending on the crop. This intensive production not only meets the food demand in densely populated cities, but also provides a consistent supply of fresh produce throughout the year. Despite all these benefits, vertical farming is not without its challenges. One of the biggest hurdles is the high initial investment. Building a vertical farm involves significant costs, from constructing the facility to purchasing the necessary equipment like LED lighting, climate control systems, and automated monitoring systems. These expenses can be a barrier for many entrepreneurs and small-scale farmers. However, as technology advances and becomes more widespread, the cost is expected to decrease, making vertical farming more accessible to a broader range of producers. Energy consumption is another concern. Running artificial lighting and climate control systems around the clock requires a lot of electricity. This energy demand raises questions about sustainability, especially in regions where energy is generated from fossil fuels. To counter this, many vertical farms are beginning to integrate renewable energy sources such as solar panels and wind turbines. Research into energy-efficient LED lights and innovative cooling systems is also underway, aiming to reduce the overall energy footprint of these farms. While the challenges are significant, the potential solutions are promising. Many innovators in the field are working on developing more cost-effective systems. For instance, researchers are experimenting with renewable energy integration and smart automation, which could lower energy usage and operational costs. As more investors recognize the long-term benefits of vertical farming, funding is likely to increase, spurring further advancements in technology and infrastructure. The environmental benefits of vertical farming extend beyond water and land use. By reducing the distance food travels from farm to table, vertical farming cuts down on greenhouse gas emissions. Urban vertical farms can contribute to reducing the carbon footprint associated with food transportation. Additionally, Because these farms operate in controlled environments, they eliminate the need for harmful pesticides, leading to a decrease in chemical runoff that can damage surrounding ecosystems. Another aspect that is driving the adoption of vertical farming is the quest for food security. With the global population expected to reach nearly 10 billion by 2050, traditional agriculture may struggle to keep up with the increasing demand. Vertical farming offers a solution by providing a stable and reliable source of fresh produce, regardless of external factors like weather or seasonal changes. In regions where arable land is limited or non-existent, vertical farms present an opportunity to grow food locally, reducing dependence on imports and enhancing self-sufficiency. Innovation in vertical farming doesn't stop at growing leafy greens and herbs. Research is expanding into other types of crops, including fruits, vegetables, and even proteins. Scientists are exploring the cultivation of staple crops using vertical farming techniques, which could transform the agricultural landscape and provide diverse, nutrient-rich diets. This diversification is essential for building resilient food systems that can adapt to future challenges, such as climate change and urbanization. Let's take a moment to look at some real-world examples. Cities like Singapore, Tokyo, and New York have already embraced vertical farming. In Singapore, where space is extremely limited, vertical farms are seen as a critical part of the strategy to achieve food independence. In Tokyo, several startups are pioneering urban agriculture, using vertical farming to supply local markets with fresh produce. In New York, vertical farming initiatives are not only producing food, but also creating jobs and stimulating local economies. These examples show that vertical farming is more than a concept. It is a practical solution that is already making a difference in cities around the world. Education and community involvement also play a significant role in the vertical farming movement. Many urban farms are engaging local communities by offering tours, workshops, and educational programs. These initiatives help people understand where their food comes from and the importance of sustainable farming practices. By fostering a connection between consumers and producers, vertical farming encourages more responsible consumption and a greater appreciation for the effort involved in growing food. As we look to the future, the potential for vertical farming is immense. Technological advancements are continually pushing the boundaries of what is possible. With the integration of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and the Internet of Things, vertical farms are becoming smarter and more efficient. These technologies can optimize growing conditions in real time, predict crop yields, and even detect plant diseases before they become serious problems. The combination of these innovations is paving the way for a new era in agriculture, one that is more sustainable, efficient, and capable of feeding the world's growing population. In conclusion, vertical farming is transforming agriculture by making it more sustainable, efficient, and resilient. It represents a shift from traditional farming methods to a future where technology and innovation drive food production. Although challenges such as high initial costs and energy consumption remain, ongoing research and development are addressing these issues. With its numerous benefits, from reducing water usage and land requirements to enhancing food security and lowering carbon emissions, vertical farming is not just a trend but a promising solution for the future of agriculture. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth discussions on groundbreaking topics like vertical farming. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what aspects of vertical farming interest you the most. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the innovations that are shaping our world.